Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Y'all, if you're new here, welcome in. I'm glad you found us. Lovely people. I am so happy that you're spending some time with me. We're going to do a Starcodes Astro Oracle pick a card reading today. Okay, and I did take my notes. I have a little bit of a scripted situation for each card so that it hopefully won't take as long as it's been taking. But yeah, so welcome in. Y'all, if you gravitated toward the first card, the number one card, you got conjunction, alliance. Hold that closer. Maybe it'll focus for us. I don't know, girls. Okay, and that's a number 51. Now look, a lot of energies this week are asking us not to jump and to settle ourselves in, do some contemplation, take some quiet time. Okay, but this card is also indicating that this something in your world right now where you don't want to go it alone. Okay, so it might be a time to kind of look around in your situation, look around in your friend set or your association set, and maybe identify some other humans that you could be in alliance with toward whatever it is that you need, something toward your home, something regarding your goals of your career, whatever it is, or bringing things in to manifest, however, whatever, a spiritual guide, it could be anyone. But yeah, this card is definitely indicating, and I love these. Oh, and the geese are flying right now, y'all. Oh, it is fall here in the deep south, and I can't say that I'm I can't say I'm mad, because I'm not. All right, y'all. Now, in my notes, I've got some a few notes about the number 51 because I am like a numbers girl, and I really do feel like they are relevant to this reading. Oh, and also, y'all, before I get any further, I just want you to see this was at the bottom of the deck, the North Node card, Future, a 37. And funny, even if you didn't pick the other cards, we've got sevens across the board today. So that's our third 7 of the day. North Node, Future. All right, so think in terms of all of the activity within this reading gearing toward the future, which is always a good thing. All right, now look, the 51 number, it's about encouragement, love, positive change, which is great, finding our voice, and time to self. That's of the 6, because 51 reduces to 6. So you've got all this encouragement, love, positive change, time to invest for success in your 51 number. And under the 6, you're finding your voice. It's time for you. It's time to and this is exactly what the planetary situation is indicating as well. Take time for yourself to really go within and think about things, and think about how you can coalesce a camaraderie or a team, a partnership to start helping you gather steam and gather whatever it is you need, gather the goods for moving towards something for your future. And you would know what that is. Okay, so now the note on the card, it says, it indicates like notice patterns. Okay, notice patterns and supportive aspects. And I really, really believe in this. No matter what's happening in your world, if you're ever in any kind of distress mode, the thing that I default to all the time is a sense of gratitude. How do I find gratitude? Well, I look around and I point out, make notice of, and identify and own all of the things that support me on a regular basis, that just go like clockwork. That a lot of us, we run through our days and we don't even think about it. It's just, it's auto. Like, elemental girls and boys, like running water. You could use running water. You could use the change of the seasons. If you've been hot this summer, and a lot of us have been, it might be a very welcome change that it's getting cooler. All of these things, they happen on auto for us. We don't have to go do anything for a lot of the stuff that supports us in our world. So try and do that, and that will definitely set in an inkling of gratitude. And once you've got a little hold of gratitude in your world, it's easy to keep a positive attitude. Also, this whole note about alliances, when we reach out and we find good energies to be, you know, compadre with, or be in synergistic mode with. The whole thing can be so much greater. Those energies together can be so much greater than the sum of the little parts, you know, separately. So there is some real value in picking out energies that can help us move forward in our world. You know, the basics, you know, get somewhere where we want to be, bring something into our lives that we've wanted in our world. And a lot of the times we don't really need to go on our own. And part of accepting an alliance is laying down your own stuff long enough. If you guys can hear that, that's our new little kitten, and I had to put her, she crying on the other side of the door because she wants in, but she's a little madness right now. But anyway, sometimes it's hard to let in other people's energies because we feel like we know what we're doing. Or, you know, also there's a guard on this card about, if you bring in these other energies, don't let them usurp yours, because your gifts and your contributions to this whole are invaluable, and they are all part of this weaving, you know, this tapestry that you're weaving with all these other energies. So don't get lost in that. Don't let other people kind of come in and tell you how it goes. But also there's this balance of also allowing in other people's, you know, input and energies and ideas, and the sharing of ideas is huge. But to do that, you kind of got to arrest the development of your own agenda, at least for a short time, to be in consideration mode. Okay, so it says here, be sure to stay centered and be willing to hold your own. Avoid losing your own contributions and attributes when assimilating and integrating other energies. And that's what I was just saying. Okay, so while it is kind of time to consider looking outside ourselves to create some sort of momentum toward a goal or a manifestation that we want in our world, and it is timely, so do this now, especially with the planetary situation, because you've got days and days right now. You've got, I don't know, 8 to 10 days from this reading to be in this mode of almost inactivity, at least not outwardly. You know, there's a lot of activity within, a lot of activity in our psyches, a lot of decision making that might be going on, a lot of, you know, assessing situations so that you can make movements, but it's not time to do those movements. It's time to think about it and get organized. Okay, so that is your message. Now, let's see what the Grace cards have to say about all this. And I did pre-shuffle the Grace card deck for the number 1 card. So y'all, let's pull you a card from the Grace card deck. And just, you know, Grace card decks, they're so highly esoteric, and they're about those, the more generalized sentiment of how you can adapt your energies to bring about this thing that you might want. All right. Well, I love this card, and wow, look at this, y'all. Look it. Okay, all right. Release. Look at her butterfly wings, y'all. Isn't that beautiful? Release. And the butterfly, you know, that's about transformation. So you might be wanting to do a little cocoon time right now and allow this transformation. Allow your own voice to come up in your head. Allow your own opinions to form around certain circumstances that need addressing and need to be seen and need to be looked at. Because right now is the time where you're being afforded that, astrologically speaking, you're being supported to do just that. Really think about how you want to organize your systems going forward. Let go. When we release our attachment to the outcome, we allow the power of grace to work its magic. Okay. I had a really good analogy for this card yesterday, I think it was. You know what? I might have written it down, but I don't know where I put it. So, yeah, I mean, you know, I quit using Post-its, just ecologically speaking. I quit using Post-its. It was kind of hurt me. Let's see, let go. Well, you know that running your energy on high towards something that you want to see develop, it kills it. It kills the momentum. It gets in the way. It offers resistance. It's sort of like, God, I can't even think of it right now, but just think about the butterfly. Don't be going out there and trying to get no butterflies. I'm not condoning any of that activity. But it's kind of like if you want to get the butterfly and you're going after the butterfly and you're constantly swiping at the butterfly, well, the air behind the butterfly is going to keep pushing it away from you. So in this instance, please kind of think about that. Think about if there's something that you're determined about or something that you would like to see happen through the next several weeks or couple months, especially through the end of the year, which is going to be high and mighty for manifestation, y'all. Do this, make a concerted effort to pull back your own energies, whatever it is, about whatever it is, around whatever it is, and you just get busy. That's what I do. And I've had something on the burners for years right now, and this has been my deal. This has been my dealio to learn to release my energy, my energetic grip around these things that I felt like I needed in my world, because I knew that if I just thought about it and thought about it and thought about it and thought about it, it would kill the momentum of this thing, because this thing needs air and light. It needs to do its own thing. Don't stand over a plant in the garden, because I'll promise you it will stunt its growth. You will not see it flower. You'll be covering up the sunlight, and you'll be blocking the wind, and you'll be blocking the rain that will nourish the plant. The farmer doesn't just hang out in the field waiting for the crops to come up. He has some faith. She has this faith in, the weather systems and the process of the plant, some respect for this process of growth. They sow the seeds, they till the ground, they sow the seeds, they water well, they do their end of it, but they don't hang out all day. They go get busy with other stuff, and that's what I do. Okay, so if you feel like you might be pining around something or energetically cannot release something, look, just do the elemental. Do the easiest thing available. Go get busy with something, okay? Get your mind off of it, because that would be your task. That would be your job. Otherwise, you will be creating whatever. You're going to be creating interference for whatever it is to manifest in your world, by not giving it its own life, by not giving it its space to breathe and grow and create itself, and like I said, it's not easy, because I've had something that's been really important in my world. At least I felt like it was important, but I knew it was actually more important to watch my own energy about that thing. And I can't tell you, when you've got year-long projects going on, or years-long projects going on, this is something that I've had to do daily. I've had to really watch my thought processes and keep myself busy and have faith and know that as long as I'm doing everything on my end, that it should come out exactly as I would like it. And if it doesn't, that is source intervention helping me with a better scenario. Okay? All right, y'all. Thank you for being here so much. And don't forget, focus on the future, okay? Focus on the future. Keep your energetic grip off of the things that you want to see come about and manifest and crystallize in your world, and you'll make a better way for it to actually happen. And don't forget, right now, whatever it is that you're working on, seek out alliances, or think about what you can bring into the situation that will help you and add to your energies in a team-like fashion to get this thing done for you. Okay? All right. Thank y'all for being here so much. And it's close to the weekend here in the continental United States. So if you are in the continental United States, happy weekend. And thanks again for being here. I hope you can't hear my stomach growling, but it's lunchtime. Yeah, share this video if you care to. And if you care to also, I have some really good juicy playlists that I update pretty much every day. I'd welcome you to go over and check some of those out when you have a little second to do so. All right, y'all. Thank you again for being here. We love you, and I will see you soon for a grace card reading. All right, y'all. Again, thanks everybody for being here. Thanks for coming in. If you're new here, I appreciate you, and I'm so happy that you found us. Right now I'm going to shuffle the Grace card deck, and we're using actually for this pick a card reading the Starcodes Astro Oracle deck. Okay, but I am going to clarify or give context to your card. Number 2 is the 43 card. It is the 5th house, and it's about your passion. Okay, and I am going to give context to that with a card from our Grace card deck. Okay, classy. Okay, y'all, thank you again for being here. It is a beautiful day here in the Deep South, and I hope you're enjoying a really nice day or night wherever you are. Now, the 43, that reduces to 7, and I do the numerology because I don't know. I just feel like it's integral to our whole lifestyle, our whole deal here on Earth, and that's what we've created as a system, we humans. And so I do think it's apropos to read about the 43 card in this reading. So now 43 number it's about dialing in. Okay, it's about persistence, consistent persistence. All right, optimism about your life, about your agenda, about your direction, and basically get serious. Okay, boys and girls, dial down, dial in, and get serious about whatever it is that you want to see come about in your world. That is the directive through this card. All right. Now the 7 number, you know, the reduction number, that is a hierarchy number. It's about intuition and introspection. It's about recognizing synchronistic energies. It's so funny, synchronistic energies. I was actually just on YouTube. Hi, YouTube. Looking at a reading of, I can't even remember what the reading was about, but I literally was fluffing up the Grace cards and turned over the Valor card, and just as the Valor card popped up, the person on the video said the word Valor. So I mean, that's an extreme version of the synchronistic nature of energies that can be surrounding you, but just the whole point of it is to stay aware in your environment, because you're being guided. You're always being guided. Okay, and so with this 5th house card, now the 5th house, that's like, you know, community and activity. And in this little book, in the Starcodes Astro Oracle book, it talks about how here, I'm going to put this down here, y'all. It talks about how the 5th house is like your passion, you're taking of measured risks. The analogy of the 5th house in this little book is like it's the where you meet for coffee, it's the cafe on the corner, you know, that kind of thing. It's the social central situation. All right, so but measured risk taking and that busier community energy is what this card is about. Okay, and I do have some notes, y'all. I went ahead and went in and did my homework so that I've got a little script here so it doesn't take up a lot of time. These readings have taken a long time, and I don't want them to be so long that it, you know how it is. I know you got things to do too. All right, y'all. Now look, here's what it's indicating. Think about your true passions, the things that you're really enthusiastic about, things that light you up, things that make you feel enthusiastic, things that you know what I mean, things that get you going. And identify those things that make you motivated and start to focus on just that. And I don't know why it's not focusing. It's not focusing, is it? Well, let's just put it right back here then, because I'm going to put some junk down here on the table. Okay, so think about your true passions, identify what makes you motivated so you can share it with the world. Okay, right now it is a time of thinking, and I was looking at a weekly video by Molly McCord, and astrologically speaking, I'm definitely feeling it, but astrologically speaking, it's just not a week to take a whole bunch of action, at least outwardly action, like that yang stuff, but it is a time for inner motivation, inner action, inner assessment. Okay, so utilize this next, I don't know, I guess it's like a 8-day cycle by now, maybe 10 days, where it's time to just kind of settle in and look around and really do some assessments and formulate how you want to proceed in your future, because things are going to be on blast, on go, come, you know, right before this eclipse that's coming up. Let me get a little sip of coffee, y'all. Okay, and this is a time where this card is also indicating that when you're on this little you know, odyssey, this inner odyssey, tap into your self-belief. Tap into your own abilities and your own passions, and try and understand that you were wholly and appropriately supported in this lifetime. You are on purpose. And if there are things that really light you up, you're being supported in those. You know, so think about those passions, identify what makes you motivated, and tap into that self-belief, because that's going to be the momentum setter for you. That's going to be the catalyst for all this other upper air energy, the sword energy in your head, to really assimilate all the little tools and things that you're going to need here in the next week or so to embark upon whatever this is for you. Okay. And also this is indicating that maybe the tried and true can be a little worn out. So the fifth house is also about using these opportunities of spontaneity to like break these established patterns, to like create a new color on your wheel, you know, to create a new vision on your board. You know, use your imagination. Think outside the lines that are already set up in front of you, because this is the time to do it, especially for you with this card number 2. Yeah, it says use spontaneity via your intuition. So tap into that intuition. How do you do that? You have some self-belief. You know, you remember that you are very powerful and you are connected to the divine, and you deserve support and you deserve guidance. So tap into your intuition so that you can jump on these little things that come up in your reality that aren't on the beaten path, because that's where all those treasures are. Okay, tap into your imagination for visions beyond current reality. Also, it says, let your light shine. Okay, this card, now look, this, I keep saying that it's a directive from this card right here, but it's really your directive is actually to play and create and find that happy. Allow yourself to laugh. Allow yourself to be delighted. You know, look around in your environment and watch a bird for a minute. I mean, I don't know what it is that would do that for you. Blow bubbles. I mean, I don't know. But get that energy of that new mind, the new learner, the learner mind. You know, break those barriers, those chains, those outlines that are established in what you know as your belief system, and go outside of that right now to tap into all of that other juicy, saturated color that's outside of your established color wheel. Okay, because it's right there for you right now. That's what this card is saying. It's right there. Go get it. All right. Yeah, so it says, let your light shine, play, create, laugh, love stuff. Tap into what you love. Tap into what makes you feel good. Inspire others with your brightness, and be glorious through gratitude. And I added through gratitude because it's hard sometimes for us to feel glorious. First of all, there's a whole bunch of patterning and conditioning on top of us that tells us that we're, I don't know, that we're pompous if we call out our strengths. You know, well, that's BS in my book. You know, you be aware that it's very divine and very on purpose and very necessary to call out your strengths, and call it out when you're feeling good, and try and ride those vibes as long as you can. And what makes me feel glorious, what makes me feel powerful, is when I tap into gratitude. And the way I do that is I literally just look around into my environment and remind myself of all the synchronistic things that happen for me on a daily basis that support my journey, that make me feel good, that make me feel grounded. You know, I mean, you can get elemental with that stuff, just like I told the viewers for the number 1 card. You know, you got running water. Is it warm? Is it, you know, did the sun come up today? Of course it did. Maybe the clouds are out doing some work as well and they're having to share the sky right now, but the sun came up for you. That's a clockwork thing that we tend to take for granted, but if you really tap into the magic of that synchronistic stuff that goes on every single day to support us in our journey, it's easy to find gratitude. And once you found gratitude, it's easier to step up even higher in your vibration and realize how absolutely fabulous you are. Okay, oh, I love them. Did y'all ever see Absolutely Fabulous? Anyway, I love them. Okay, let's pull your grace card, y'all. I did shuffle this deck right before this number 2 reading, so let's see. Let us see what the grace cards have for you. All right, this is beautiful, okay? Patience. Patience, my lovelies. And do you see that? She's standing there and she sees her little ship coming in. I love this card. It's so beautiful. And the sun is shining down on what's coming in. That makes it a blessed situation. Excuse me. Patiently waiting, understanding that that thing is coming. Okay? All right. It says, trust in divine timing. Trust in divine timing. Your future holds something far greater than your past. Oh, yes, it do. Excuse me 1 second, y'all. If you believe it, you will see it. That's what I'm going to say about that. Okay? So you can direct your beliefs and your thoughts and your visions in your head. You have to believe it to see it. That's not the other way around. You can't just wait around and go, okay, well, I'll believe it when I see it. Well, that usually never works. Okay? That usually never works. So even though you may be very passionate about something that you're trying to endeavor, something that you're trying to bring in for yourself, hold on to that passionate system, that passionate, that drive, that enthusiasm, but realize that Source is going to bring whatever it is to you in divine timing with grace. Okay, according to your best evolution on this planet, which means you ain't gonna get something you ain't ready for. Okay, it's just not gonna happen like that. And there's so much stuff that has to be in alignment for certain situations to come up for us, and we do not know all the elements. There's so much going on outside the peripheral here. And we have our vision. There's a peripheral situation right there which we can tap into. Well, outside of that, there's this whole mechanism. There's a whole like clockwork like mechanism that's in system for us to, I mean, the minute you think of something that you want, it goes to work. But it's not like there is no magic wand. There's so many elements that have to be aligned for you. One of those elements that have to be aligned is you. Activating your patience, activating your faith in your journey, trusting process, you know, remembering that you don't always know exactly what you can handle at a certain time because you don't know all the elements of your circumstance outside that peripheral that I'm talking about. Okay, so there are all kinds of moving parts out there that could cause interference or that would make this thing like not timely for you and make it just a bust, basically. So stay engaged with your passions. You know, I use this downtime, and I'm saying downtime because astrologically speaking, that's what it really is. Use this, 7 to 10, whatever it is, day gift from the cosmos to do some homework. And that homework is find out how you really feel. Find out where your passions really lie. And remember to trust Source, trust your journey, and understand that if these things are meant for you, they're going to come about, but they're going to come about at the perfect time so that they can be recognized, realized, and worked with. Okay, they're going to come about at the perfect time for you to be able to wield your own influence into the situation and make it, flower for you. Okay, All right, y'all. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so happy you caught this reading. And if you care to share this video, please do. You know, if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. And if you want to, throw that like on the vid, y'all. It always helps in the algorithm on this YouTube system. Hey, YouTube. All right, y'all. It was so lovely of you to spend some time with me. And I sound like I'm rushing, but I know these pick a card readings tend to go long. And one thing I want to mention, this card from the Starcodes Astro Oracle deck, this was what was at the bottom of the deck. And I want you to keep in mind this next week, think in terms of your future. This is North Node energy, also reduces to a 7. And we have 7s across the board here. So we got a 777 reading, which is huge. But no matter what you're doing, even though it's not time to jump, definitely put all of your concepts in measure with what you want to see come about in the future. All of your activity, all your mental activity, your expressions right now really matter for your future. So keep that in mind, that everything in the next 7 to 10 days is really relative to the creation of something that's going to come up in our future. All right? So it's very important to manage your mind, to craft your world. That's all. Okay. Love y'all. Thank you for being here, and I will see you soon for a grace card reading. Okay, y'all. Thank you so much for being here again. Y'all, I say it a million times, but I mean it. Y'all, thank you for coming in, and this pick a card reading is sponsored by Starcodes Astro Oracle deck. This is the card that we're going to be using today, and then I'm going to clarify or give context to this beautiful number 3 card that y'all gravitated toward with a card out of the Grace card deck. Okay, so again, thank you for being here. And let's see, I did script this video so that it could go a little bit quicker. Let me get a little sip of coffee, y'all. I got a little frog in my throat. Okay, so because I know these readings have tended to run on long, so I'm trying to I'm trying to kick my own butt on this thing. Okay, y'all. So if you gravitated toward the 3rd card on the front, on the, you know, the whatever they call it, the thumbnail, yeah, thumbnail. This is your card, y'all. Solar Calm, Clarify, and it is the number 16. Now, in my notes about 16, and I do the numerology because I do think it's integral. I think we run on numbers in this society, so when I look at a number, I absolutely, I have this automatic, I reduce it down, and yeah, okay. But the 16 is about spiritual support, about wisdom, about progress, which is beautiful, because at the bottom of the Starcodes Astro Oracle deck this morning, I found the North Node card, which is also reduced to 7, the 34. And this is all about your future. Okay, so wisdom, progress, and higher learning. Okay, so understand right now, if y'all gravitated toward that number 3 card, you are being spiritually supported right now to do whatever it is in your earnest endeavors category. Endeavors, okay, that's a new word for my layer book of words. Your earnest endeavors category in your life, you're being supported right now. So recognize that support. Understand that you are valuable, that the things that you're trying to do in your world, they're contributions, okay? They're not detractions from this world. They are contributions to this world, which makes them very important. Your journey is very important, so remember that. Also, you know, reducing it to 7, that's the intuition card. That's a hierarchy number, number 7, which is also really cool, is number 2 card got a 7 reduction, you got a 7 reduction, and also our bottom of the deck is a 7. So we got 777 here. That's a big dealio in my world. And the 7 is about inspiration, introspection, which is going to be really good this week. Astrologically speaking, it is a week of contemplation. Let's just put it like that. Don't be jumping on any projects or anything like that. It's better if you, I'm not going to tell you not to, but it would be better if you can put stuff off this week. It'd be good, because there are a lot of factors that are going to come in via your spiritual support. These ideas, these notions, these other elements that you hadn't thought of yet. They're going to flow in, and it's going to make a big difference in your decision making around a certain subject or a certain thing that you're trying to do in your world. So this is all about synchronistic energy, this number 7 too. So watch for those synchronicities, just like this 777 on the board. For me, that's a synchronicity. All right. If you hear my stomach growling, y'all, I'm sorry. It's lunchtime. I'm going to get out of here as soon as I can. Okay, y'all, look. Think about this card, this solar calm, which is unbelievably synergistic to what's going on astrologically speaking. You're being given the time to do what? Slow down and flower. Okay, and the good analogy that I picked up from the little book here, the little Starcodes Astro Oracle book, is think of it like, you know how you got to have patience for the little seed to sprout, right? But then once the seed sprouts, the little stalk and stem, it kind of shoots up. That's why they call them shoots. They kind of pop up and they grow real quick. But once they hit the flowering stage, the creation stage, well, not the creation stage, but the creative stage. Let's put it like that. The flowering stage, everything slows up. Everything slows. And these petals that have been created in this slow energy also slowly open and show its true beauty and give off that fragrance, which adds another dimension to the beauty. Think of this card as this time, especially 7 to 10 days out, okay? 7 to 10 days out, this is what the energy for you is going to be about. You've already planted some seeds. You've already seen some stuff come up, apparently, okay? And so right now, really take the time to craft in your mind what color of flower you want to see. How do you want it to smell? How do you want to craft the bushes around this flower so that the sunlight hits it perfectly for that photo shoot that you want to do for Gardener Monthly? I don't know, y'all. Okay? Look at all the elements around your situation so that you can start to gather this information, get it in line, get it assembled, get it organized, because in a couple of weeks it's actually going to be time to jump on stuff, okay? Use this time is all I'm saying. Okay. Now it says this is the long game. This is not the short game. Play the long game. Use current systems and circumstances to create or weave the new fabric for your new future. And that's exactly the energy that I'm in. I'm absolutely using systems that I know that will be outdated soon, but I'm utilizing what I've got to craft the future systems. Okay? So play that long game. Play that chess instead of that checkers. Okay, so think in terms of that. Think in terms of an elongated future. Okay, and how all of your activities in the next 7 to 10 days, all your mind activities, all your yang activities, your expressions into the universe, your expressions to other people, your expressions to yourself, think about how that will factor in, and it will heavily factor into manifestations that are gonna show themselves here in the next several weeks. Okay, listen for the subtler, quieter messages and directions, the directives from source, the directives from your higher mind, your wiser self inside. Oh, there goes my stomach again. Oh my gosh, I probably shouldn't even be calling it out. You probably can't even hear it, but yeah. Okay, so use this contemplative energy to quiet yourself, quiet your environment, and really listen to stuff come in that normally would be lost in like your television or your phone blast or your music system. Okay, be purposeful in the next several days of how you spend your time and craft it for yourself. Craft it wisely. Understand that this card is indicating that you're going to be given some clarity if you can set up your circumstances so that it's in an allowance, so that you're nurturing this funnel of energy and information from spirit. You're giving it the environment where it can actually come in and be recognized by you. Okay, and it also says, invest in building relationships for later creative activities. Okay. Just like that first card number one card was talking about alliance. Even though it's not time to go skipping down the road with a couple of friends, it is time to like think about who you'd like to skip down the road with. Okay, and that's this same situation. It's like, understand that the name of the game right now on the earth is all about partnership. It's all about cooperation. It's all about working together. After we have unified our own selves and we're bringing our own best self to the table, it's about creating alliances, picking partnerships on purpose, accepting other energies into your situation to help you build, to create, what do they say? I don't know. I never really understood this, but basically, if you put three things together, it creates something much bigger than those three things individually. Okay. Excuse me, I needed something in my. I had to get a little drink. Okay, so think about that. We can't go it alone forever, and we can't do everything on our own. Relationships matter right now. So think about these energies that you can bring into your situation. Think of this time as an investment of your creative processes and your own enthusiasm for your, near and dear future. Think of that as investing for your future. Think of all these things that I'm asking you to do this week as an investment for what's coming up in the future, because everything you're thinking, everything you talk about, all of your expressions right now are being highlighted on blast by the cosmos. Okay, so that's the planetary energy right now. So please do this good planning, if you will. Spend some time in this beautiful gifted energy that we're being given to be contemplative, to do some wise choosing, to get organized, because you're going to be so happy that you did that. All right. Let's see. And it says basically lay low, keep focused, and have respect for process. Trust process. It's just like I was talking earlier about the gardener, the farmer. They do their work. They tend to the soil, then they till the soil, then they set the seeds in, then they do the watering. They watch the garden for a certain amount of time, but once the plants come up, they don't hang out in the garden standing over the plants making sure they're doing their job. They trust that process. They go get busy with something else, and that's also an encouragement through this card. Look, set your intentions, get organized with your thoughts, think about planning, think about planning is what you're doing. Think about all the moving parts that you want to assemble this thing that you want to have manifest for you in the next several weeks or months. Do that, and then go get busy. Get practical with it. Do whatever it is in your world that can support these endeavors. Do whatever it is in your world practically possible that will support these goals, and let it go. Just know that you're doing your part, just like the farmer did their part. And now the sun is going to do its part, the rain's going to do its part, spirit's going to do its part, the universe has got you. We're being supported. You got this. Now go play. Go do something fun. Make yourself happy, because enthusiasm is the fastest way to manifest whatever it is you think you want and you need in your world. Okay? Also, there's a note about quiet brings clarity through honesty. Okay? The clarity is going to come when you're really honest with yourself about what needs to stay and what needs to go, about how things that you're doing are interfering with your world and how things that you're doing are generating what you want in your world. Get real clear through this honesty. And you've got to do that for yourself. Nobody can do that for you. Okay? All right. Now let's pull you a grace card, y'all. And I don't think I shuffled these, so I'm going to do that really, really quickly. Y'all, it is a beautiful day here in the Deep South. I hope that wherever you are, you're enjoying a beautiful, crystal clear, beautiful night or a beautiful day yourselves. And just remember that synergistically, hey, the sun did come up for you today, so be happy about that. Even if the clouds are out playing and sharing space with the sun, that happened for you, and it happens for you every day. And take some gratitude in that. And once you've done that, that will set your your frequency on a great trajectory for your day. Okay, let's get your grace card and let's see what the grace cards have to say about all this solar calm. And this really is a gift from the cosmos this week, y'all. So I hope you'll take advantage of that, and tell your peeps too. Tell your peeps too, because we're all subject to this energy. It has nothing to do with your sun sign or your moon sign. Okay, here you go, girls and boys. Silence, and that was our last note about quiet. Be still. A daily practice of silence bears gifts. A heightened sensitivity to beauty, which you need, because when you can recognize the beauty in your world, like I'm talking about the sun coming up every day no matter what, your frequency is different and things flow a lot more easily in your world. Okay, deep inner peace, which I do have, y'all, and sometimes that's hard to get in a busy world, but you can do that through this sense of gratitude and a profound feeling of connectedness to all living things, which you are a part of. Every single thing that chirps and moves and pulses out there, those are our brethren. We are part of the natural world. We're not virtual. We're not virtual yet, y'all. So, I would take advantage of this while you have it. Just remember that you are part of this earth. You're part of the system. You're part of the solar system. You're little planets rolling around on this earth, okay? You're sprouts. You're source incarnate. You're a living, growing being, and the whole idea of your existence as a human being, our existence as a human being, is to expand, to grow. Every seed, the whole job of the seed is to grow, expand. Okay, that's what we are. All right, and the only way that we can get all those little facets that help and encourage our best growth, our strongest growth, is to learn how to quiet things down, try to quiet our own mind down, give ourselves an environment sometimes out of our busy daily lives, which are busy as hell, to take the gifts from nature. We tend to get a little numb. We forget the sun's coming up every day. We forget how synchronistic the seasons are for us. How these big winds come up in the spring to open the leaves that have budded on the trees. How these big winds come up in the fall to blow all the dead stuff off the trees so that they can do their job and hibernate for the winter. I mean, it's mind-blowing, and it makes me feel so grounded and supported as a human being to know that all of these systems are just gifts. They're put in place to keep us going. It's a miraculous thing, and I really I guess I feel like these two cards together are telling you to slow up there a little bit. Use your intuition. Get sensitive with yourself. Get honest with yourself. Do some culling. Do some organizing in your brain. Assess your life. Use some still time to do that, because that's when any information that wants to reach you can reach you. Create an environment this week, the next 7 to 10 days, where you can retreat from a busy day and go into this beautiful solace, this quiet time that will foster and nurture these divine messages and inclinations for you, so that you can assemble all these things in your head with some grace and some good management, so that you can make divine inspired decisions about things that gotta go and things that you want to see grow. Okay, so that all of that is on purpose, and it's not a waste of your time. It's something that is directed and on purpose, okay, by you, the creator of your world. All right, do that for yourself. Invest in your future, invest in yourself, and take advantage of these unbelievably, I don't know, it's like incubatory. Is that a word? I don't even know. I'm going to just use that for the Layer Book of Words too. Incubatory vibrations that the planetary alignments are setting up for us to be able to do this work. I mean, I can't even believe how unbelievably synchronistic these cards are to the astrology. However, you know, we are using the Starcodes Astro Oracle, so there you go. All right, y'all. Thank you for being here, and please remember, every single thing that you endeavor this week, whether it's in your mind or whether it's out in the world, all of the expressions you make, whether they're out of your mouth or out of your mind, out of your heart, they all matter, and they're all going to be very, very, very influential on the things that come up for you in the next several weeks. So please be on purpose. Use this time. Use this solar calm to collect your coins of clarity so that you can organize your thoughts in some stillness, so you can gather the gifts from the universe to make informed decisions about what you need to go, what needs to go, or what you need to keep, so that you'll have all of this balled up in tidy little neat packages for when the energy dam bursts forth, you know, somewhere around like the 11th or the 12th. It's all going to change, okay? It's all going to change, and all of this work that you've done, you'll be so glad that you've done it, okay? So thank you again for being here, y'all. I appreciate you more than I can tell you, and if you care to, put the thumbs up on this video, because it always helps in the YouTube video, YouTube algorithm thingy-jiggy that the videos are inhabiting. And yeah, if you're not subscribed, hey, please consider subscribing. That'd be very cool. And share this video if you care to. Thank y'all so much for being here, and I will definitely see you soon for a grace card reading. Yeah, you know I love you. Take care of yourselves. Do this work. You'll be glad that you did, and I will see you very soon.